A 1200 grit rod should not form a burr, that's finishing territory. It's fine enough that most people use it for touch-ups, not pre-profiles. But under the microscope, after a few alternating passes on the Sharpal 1200, there it was. There was a full-length burr on the on this SPY27 edge, clearly folded over, exactly what you would expect from a coarse stone cutting through steel. So either the grit rating is wrong on this one, or rod geometry changes the rules. I took two knives, both had damaged edges, a Spyderco Delica in SPY27 and a Dragonfly in VG10. I reprofiled both on this rod and checked everything under the microscope. The rod surface, the scratch pattern, burr formation and the final edge. So first a quick overview. So this is a diamond coated steel rod. It has 1200 grit. It's about 45 centimeters long and it comes with a guide, an angle guide that locks you in at 20 degrees per side. You can also freehand, of course, if you need a different angle. The idea is that you do a few alternated passes and then you're done. So the first knife I'm going to sharpen on this is this Spyderco Delica 4 in Spy27. It has a chipped edge and originally it was sharpened at 14 to perhaps 16 degrees per side. So the rod's guide puts you at 20 degrees. So this isn't just a touch-up, it's a full reprofile to damaged steel. Alright, to the sharpening rod. So okay, to use this I keep it completely upright as it is stated in the manual, and then I'm going to use the angle guard that's on there. It's 20 dps and yeah, just for ease of use I'm going to use those 20 degrees then. So I'm using moderate pressure here. Alright, we're about done here. Let's take a look under the microscope. This is a microscopic video of the entire edge of the knife. As you can see, there is a burr. It is full length and clearly folded over. And you can see the 20-degree micro bevel sitting on top of the original geometry. The scratch pattern runs at an angle across the bevel. That's the curved contact geometry of the rod. This is not what you would see with a flat stone. So a burr at 1200 grit. Is this rod perhaps actually coarser than the label says? Three surfaces under the scope. This is the DMT 600 to 1000 certified grit sharpening stone. And this is the Sharpal 1000 flat stone. And here you can see the 1200 rod. I think the rod surface is very close to the Sharpal 1000 flat. The diamonds are not coarser. Grit is not the explanation. Here is what I think what is actually happening. A flat stone contacts the bevel across its whole surface. A rod contacts along a narrow line. The hand pressure is the same, but the force is concentrated into a fraction of the area. That means that the actual pressure where the abrasive meets the steel is dramatically higher on a rod than on a flat stone at the same grit. It's the same principle as a stiletto heel versus a flat boot on a wooden floor. Same body weight, completely different pressure per square centimeter. The rod is not coarser, it's just concentrating its force. That's why it can move this much material, reprofile through chipped Spy27 and push enough metal at the apex to form a real burr. Which means you need to treat it like a coarser tool than the grit number suggests, especially on finishing passes. And now I'm going to switch to extremely light passes to knock any remaining burr off. So I'm using no pressure whatsoever here. I'm just, well, it's even less than the weight of the knife, I'm guessing. I'm actually barely touching the rod because I know it's so abrasive. Alright, let's have a look under the microscope. Yeah, so after these feather light alternating passes, ridiculously light, the burr is gone. The edge is clean and it cuts paper well, but getting there required a real shift in pressure. Not a gradual taper, an actual change in intent. Alright, the second knife, a Spyderco Dragonfly in VG10. The starting situation is the same. We have a chipped edge at 14 degrees, reprofiling to 20 degrees, and VG10 is softer than SPY27. So if anything, I would expect a burr formation to be a lot easier. I went lighter from the start, after what I had seen on the SPY27. Under the microscope, after the first passes, I thought I saw a burr again. But then I washed the blade, and no, there was no burn to be seen. What I was seeing was loose swarf, material removed during reprofiling that hadn't cleared the edge. On the SPY27, that debris stuck and formed a real burr. On the VG10, however, it just sat there and washed off. I want to be direct about the limitation here. I changed my pressure between the tests, so I cannot tell you whether the difference in burr behavior is the steel or my technique. Those variables aren't cleanly separated. What I can say is that under lighter pressure, the VG10 edge cleaned up faster and with less intervention. So the Sharpal 1200 rod, more capable than the grid number implies, and that's exactly because of the contact geometry. With firm pressure, it can reprofile through chipped steel on harder PM steels. With very light touch, it lays down a true 1200 grit finish and removes what it just raised. And that's a wider range than most single tools can cover. The fixed 20-degree guide is a real constraint. If you're working with knives at tighter angles, you'll have to freehand it, which works, but it puts the consistency on you. They could have added multiple angles to this handle. I mean, there are 6 sides to this handle. Why not just use them? Also, the angle scratch pattern from the rod geometry is worth knowing about. It's not a functional problem, but it looks different from a flat stone finish. A lot uglier, in my opinion. And lastly, this thing is fast. Very, very fast. When you know what you are doing, you can reprofile very fast by using a lot of pressure and then lowering that pressure. It's dependent on operator skill, of course. It will require practicing, but the potential is there. Pair this with a strop and you have a 2-step system that covers damage repair to final refinement. So that's it. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you want to watch another one, click on the screen. There is an interesting one about knot stropping. See you guys later.